Portsmouth. Since Saturday alone, 5 people in the city have been shot. Here you can see 4 of the shooting locations over the last few days.
Now, the 5th shooting, the victim showed up at the hospital, and police have not yet been able to release a location of where that shooting actually happened. We know members of Portsmouth City Council are set to hold a special meeting to discuss the crime issue in the city next week. And you know, this ongoing violence is something that the Portsmouth Mayor, Shannon Glover, he says it is heartbreaking.
And he joins us live now with News 3 reporter Penny Commit to discuss the crime in the city of Portsmouth.
Well, Blaine, Jessica, I'm here in Mayor Shannon Glover's office. We're here to discuss his brand new project, Safe Neighborhoods. Now, this comes as gun violence has been ongoing across the city of Portsmouth. So, Mayor Glover, thanks for joining us this morning. I want to talk about this project. So you started last night by getting the community together.
Yesterday morning. Yes,
what
ma'am.
happens next?
So what happens next, we're working with our stakeholders, the Assistant U.S. Attorney's Office, and folks from the community like the police department and behavioral health and other organizations to identify offenders in the community that may be engaged in gun violence or criminal activity. And we will give them an opportunity to come into the community through a call-in program. And the purpose of that is to create community engagement, to have prevention and intervention, strategic enforcement, and accountability. At the end of the day, if young people that are in those kinds of activities want to improve, we want to be a resource to help them. But at the same time, if they choose not to improve their life and go in the wrong way and continue to engage in criminal activity, then we also will use the strong arm of the law to enforce and hold them accountable.
Yeah, so off camera, you talked a lot about accountability and giving people the choice to kind of make their own decisions on how to move forward. How does that pertain to youth and kids specifically in Portsmouth?
Well, and specifically, we understand and we know in the city of Portsmouth, a number of our youth are engaged in criminal activity, and that's through gangs and other organizations. So we're going to work to identify them through probation and other means. And once we identify them, look, we understand that this is a difficult time. We've gone through a pandemic, and young people need our support as well as help in getting to a better life. We want to have an environment where they can have those things, but at the same time, we have to be responsible as a community. And when young people engage in violent and criminal activity, we have to be there to let them know that they can't do that.
And you talk about kids getting involved. Is there a root cause to these issues? You guys are finding that you kind of want to fix at the core?
Certainly, there are a number of root causes: poverty, lack of parental engagement, a number of things. But what we want to do, we want to take a proactive approach and bring those resources, engage them. For example, workforce development with our young people. We're working with the Portsmouth or Hampton Roads Workforce Council to create an additional 100+ jobs for our young people so that they will have opportunities to get skills that will enable them to have a brighter future. Every child may not be ready to go to college, but they can still obtain skills and abilities that will allow them to have a better quality of life.
Right. Well, thank you, Mayor Glover. I appreciate your time. And as you guys heard, it's a lot about options. So
options.
If you want to hear a lot more about the options and the project as a whole, you can visit our website, WTKR.com. But for now, we're live in Portsmouth. Penny Commit for News 3.